Hello everyone, I'm Ian.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Austin.
And I'm the nostalgia critic. I remember it, so you don't have to.
Well, we've had a change of our lineup this time, evidently.
How's Channel Awesome doing?
It's doing great.
Is it? I don't know about that.
And welcome to, not the Nostalgia Critic.
No.
Is it worth it? The show where we take an obscure movie and ask ourselves, is it worth it? Now, we've been gone for a while, haven't we?
A little bit,
Yeah.
but they don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
They don't know anything.
Yeah, actually they won't because this will call it probably December.
Mm-hmm.
But this is our 10th episode.
We made it, guys. We did it.
Yeah, actually, remarkably, we actually did it. And it's time for the 10th episode. And of course, this is our 10th episode, so as our 10th episode,
How many times can we say that?
It's a multiple of 5, which means that we do our drawing from the pot.
That is what that means.
We've got our previous entries we've put on the wheel here.
The wheel rejects.
Oh, yeah, they're
That was such a good pun. Come on.
the movies the wheel opted not to choose. But of course, we like to do second chances here. Is it worth it? That's the whole point of the show, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, we put 8 of them on the wheel.
We got 1 from 6. We got 1 from 1. Well, we got 2 from 6.
3 from 6.
3 from 6. My goodness. We got 1 from 1.
2 from 1.
Hey, we got 2 from 1.
2 from 1. 2 from
Dumbass.
4. And 1 from 9.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we spin the wheel?
Yes. Let's spin the
wheel.
Alright.
Can you see it in the frame?
Wheel.
Let's go.
Hopefully a good movie. Yep.
Our fateful minds.
Oh, it's from episode 1. It's one of mine.
No!
Okay.
The movie is, it's not silent, don't worry. This is gonna be my first,
God.
Tell me your
this is gonna be my first non-silent film.
Fancy talkie film.
Yeah. And guess what? It's in color.
Wow.
It's the puppet
It's from
one.
the 70s.
It is from the 70s. It's called Where Have All the People Gone? 1974.
Sounds
know.
familiar.
Sounds like a John Lennon song.
Shall we watch it?
I'm ready
Yes.
to go.
Peter Graves in. Where
Grave.
have all the people gone?
So people just don't leave their cars in the middle of the street.
They're at the bingo hall.
This should be like a 7 Footprints of Satan, and it's just all the prank. It would be about as elaborate as the prank they pulled in 7 Footprints of Satan.
Yeah. This would probably be easier.
Honestly, yeah.
No one's in the fireworks! And they're all dead! Everybody's dead! No! No!
God, no!
No!
Calm down, John Lennon.
It's not a nuclear war. It's not the whole world. It's just here, that's all. And Mom's not here. She's home and she's alive, just like us.
They obviously made this movie in
Rainbow,
They
California.
obviously made this film for a budget of $30 with their family.
yeah.
Great thing about no people, no extras.
Oh my God, you're right.
Where have all the people gone, guys? Where have all the extras gone?
Same place as the budget. To our new house.
They were never here. This would be awesome. Like, you can like go to Walmart and like take all the candy.
I mean,
That's the only.
like nice.
I don't know why they're so sad. Like, just go like rob a like store. We can raid NVIDIA headquarters and steal all the 2080 Ti.
All right, that was Where Have All the People Gone?
Yeah.
Shall we just go ahead and get started with this?
Sure.
The big question of this movie, Where Have All the People Gone, is answered pretty quickly. They're dead.
They're gone. They're cocaine.
The movie starts with the Anders family, which is this family of 70s looking people. There's the dad, Steve, played by, I believe, Peter Graves. There's their daughter, who has no defining characteristics other than being like the inexplicable narrator.
It was a Sunday in August. Mom, Dad, David, and I were on vacation digging for fossils in the high Sierras.
And then,
There's David.
And he wears glasses.
and he looks...
John Lennon.
He looks like the unholy love child of John Lennon and Arnold from Troll 2.
Very true.
And then there's also their mother. And they're also with this dude named Clancy.
Oh yeah, the other guy was there, but he left with the mom.
There was some guy named Tom who was just shooting things with a rifle. This movie was very low quality. It looked like a home video. And was probably shot on a budget of $20. Other than the fact that they apparently got Peter Graves. And they're just up caving or whatever. And their mom leaves to go to the airport. There's not much plot in this. This is going to take about 30 seconds. And then there's just a big flash of light. And the cave starts collapsing, causes an earthquake. And they come out and everyone's like, wow, that was weird. Cut to 3 hours later. They're just trying to get on the radio and no one's responding. And then they come up with the theory that there was a nuclear bomb.
Oh God.
Because of a big blast of light, and then they're just like, we can prove this by checking the film with a camera. If there's white spots on it, then it's exposed to radiation. And then they look at it and there's white spots, and we're just like, the entire film is just covered in white spots.
I've got some facts, I suppose. Peter Graves, the lead in this film, died in 2010. He was born in 1926, so he was an old man.
Wow.
He was a very old man. Another kind of interesting fact. 92% of Google users like this movie.
I think maybe most people nowadays, 92% of people watch this movie with friends and rag on it
and just enjoyed it and then said they liked it maybe. That could be the case. It also has a 6.3 on IMDb, which it definitely doesn't deserve.
Yeah, that's weird.
Although the acting isn't terrible.
It could be worse.
The dogs were
Although the best actor was a dog, so...
The dogs were pretty high quality. Also.
Yeah.
And also, Peter Graves is the pilot from Airplane.
I
was trying to think of where I've seen him.
Yeah.
That's crazy. They got one good actor.
Sort of like how they got Michael Gough in Evil Heritage.
Yeah.
Or Benedict Cumberbatch in Spaced Under Kids. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Sean Connery. And
they could be in it and we would never know because there's no listed cast anywhere for the film.
Oh, that was a terrible movie. Speaking of terrible movies, where have all the people gone? Cut to night very abruptly. Their friend Clancy is suffering from radiation sickness, so they're like, oh, let's get down the mountain to a hospital. So they start carrying Clancy down the mountain and he dies.
But that's a 2-day walk.
Was it really? Didn't feel like that.
That's what he said.
Yeah, okay. I don't believe him.
And then his their friend.
And then they're like, we gotta bury him, right? And so then what happens when they go out to bury him?
They toss some rocks on him.
They go, we tossed some rocks on him.
We did it, boys. Wrap it up.
Done.
Even though it apparently hadn't started yet.
Yeah.
Because they see... What do they see?
They see his clothes.
They see nothing. Well, not him at least.
They see they see the sleeping bag, and they're like, "Oh God,
a sleeping bag!" And they open the
because he
sleeping
died,
bag, and he's gone.
It's his clothes.
Oh no!
He smoked marijuana. Oh no!
And in his clothes, white powder. That's right.
Half made,
half cocaine.
We were just talking about everyone turning into cocaine.
We have the answer to the question: where are all the people gone?
They turned into cocaine.
Turned into cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They get to their friend Clancy's hometown of Rainbow, California, and they go to his house and they wander around town a little bit. And no one's there.
Except for a cat.
There is a cat.
Oh yeah. The dad gets attacked by a cat. And then they get to Clancy's house and they take a Geiger counter in his car. Then they drive around a little bit and they stop for gas and they find this woman.
Oh yeah, and she's just kind of frozen, looking out the window of a car that they see her in.
Someone said
not moving.
she's just a sticker.
She's a.
I said she was a window decal.
Yeah, she did look like that. She was very still. She was not moving at all. So it was.
She was a baby.
Speaking of babies, they found the daughter found a baby doll.
Yeah, we deduced that. My theory originally was that the only people that survived were the cave dwellers and the babies, because the Flash aged everybody to dust, and then it aged the babies up 40 years.
What did I miss?
Joe was asleep for about half the movie.
Oh my god,
It was more than half.
You were asleep for a long time.
You missed the babies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You missed all the baby shit. Like me just annoyingly sitting here going, I'm a baby. like 20 times throughout the movie.
I'm a baby. I'm a baby. Wah. I'm a baby.
Joe missed it all. He wakes up and we're just like, baby. No, we started the baby thing and we like let it go, and then you woke up.
And we were keeping that on for a while.
I know, like-
Because we were keeping that all the way. They left the house and then their car got stolen by a guy with clown hair and a
Joe
gun.
Pesci with clown hair.
And so then they just walked to a farm where they find some dead bodies who had been shot.
Yeah.
And then-
oh no, dead bodies. What?
Yeah, and then
Stay back.
David jumps a little kid with a shotgun in a barn.
Yeah.
And I believe his name was Michael.
Yeah, and then Michael's like, I shot my parents
I don't
because they wouldn't let these guys have a car.
I don't think that's what happened.
These guys came to our house asking for our car, so I shot my parents because I knew they wouldn't give them the car.
No, I think
That's what happened.
I think those guys shot his parents.
No, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, two guys came to the house and demanded their car and then shot his parents. And so, Billy tags along
gotta
now.
get the car.
Or not Billy.
Matthew.
Michael. Michael.
The girl, the baby lady, keeps calling him Billy.
I never
Baby.
caught her name. I think, did they call her Annie throughout the movie?
They called her.
Or is it Jenny?
Jenny.
Yeah, they call. I don't think that was her name. I don't know what her real name was. They called her Jenny, so we'll just call her baby lady.
Even though we find out later she's not a baby lady,
She is in fact
normal.
a lady with a baby.
which they find
Without a baby.
out when they take a horse and
They
cart.
take
Surprising considering all the animals were supposed to have gone crazy because earlier in the movie someone got harassed by evil dog. I forget who it was.
Evil haired.
But those were crazy horses before, and then the solar flare reversed them back to their normal state.
Yeah, just
Their
ordinary
nor-
horses.
What do you mean their normal state? Their normal state was crazy.
Yeah,
It,
it's their
it
abnormal
turned
state.
them to a weird state of being normal
yes.
horses.
So for whatever reason, these horses weren't affected by the solar flare, and they also deduced that it was a solar flare that, I guess killed everyone somehow with radiation. No, it was a virus. It was a sun virus.
Sun virus.
Sun virus.
We managed to isolate a virus.
Yeah.
That's why I wear my...
Everybody got so sunburnt that they disintegrated into cocaine.
Yeah. That's how it works.
That's what human skin turns into when it's sunburned so bad.
Yeah, so they drive their horse and cart into town, and they find some guy named Jack, who they almost shoot, and then he's just like,
comes
oh,
out running to attack them.
yeah, I've got a family, and they're like, oh, cool, go ahead.
Bye.
Right, give your gun
I
back.
learned a valuable lesson
And-
today. Ask people questions before I shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll just have to learn to ask questions before we pull the trigger.
Yeah.
That's a real line.
Maybe don't sprint out and attack people with a gun.
And we never see Jack again. And then Michael's outside, and he gets, cornered by wild dogs. He gives this really weird face.
He's like,
It looks like he's
I
constipated.
hate them.
Just stay away, okay?
I'm saying no.
And Jenny,
It's like, no!
she runs out, and then the dad runs out with the shotgun, and I don't really care. Billy makes it safely back, and the dad
Also, they stopped.
slams the shop
They
door.
stopped Jenny from going to get him by palming her in the face and pushing her back. The scene was so funny.
Because it turns out that Jenny's two kids were killed by the wild dogs because she left them in the car when she went to get gas, and they died.
because she left the window down. So remember, always put your window
Oh,
up.
just remember, whenever you got your kids in a car and you're going and you gotta leave them, just remember Jenny. She
Yeah.
didn't turn
Look
her.
what happened to her.
Remember the two-step process. Roll those windows up and turn
off
that
that
engine.
Or your children will be eaten by wild dogs.
The dogs will get them.
Oh no! The dogs.
You're a dog.
She's so ferocious. Look at her. She's going straight for the jugular. This is your daily PSA from Where Have All the People Gone? Yeah, so they escape the dogs, and they finally make it to the house where their mom was supposed to be, and she's dead.
Oh,
She's
what?
propane.
She's dead.
What?
Oh no.
And everyone's really
How could
sad.
it be?
How did that happen? And
Well, I
they
guess-
see that she's turned to cocaine on the bed.
And they find a note that says yeah, we figured out it was a
Best way to
virus.
die.
No one really explains where this virus came from or why.
The sun.
Yeah, the virus came from the sun, which totally makes sense.
Yeah, and they read the note, and then Jenny tries to kill herself because little Michael
Reasons.
won't sleep with her.
The little kid won't impregnate her.
That-
so
that's not-
she
that's not-
runs
that's
to
not
the ocean
why.
to kill herself.
That's the reason.
That's not the reason. The reason is because her kids died, and then Steve was just like, "Why are we still here?"
Just to suffer.
I guess we should explain why we're making all of the jokes about Jenny like wanting to have sex with the. So earlier in the movie when they're in the carriage, she's like she keeps staring at him because you know she lost her kids and he's a kid, but he like tells like the sister, he's like, she keeps staring at me, and the sister's like, that's good, that means she likes you, and everyone's like, whoa.
And then since then we've.
Because it was an easy joke.
It is, yeah.
Also, I want to talk about how, out of all of the methods of killing herself, she decides to like
Run
just
into
stare
the
out
ocean.
onto the horizon
She decides
and walk
to
into the ocean.
She decides to Maggie Harris herself into the ocean.
Yeah.
Just
And
swim into the ocean.
Yep. Other than jumping off the, I believe, cliffside.
Yeah, there's a free cliffside. There's guns everywhere. Like, figure
She's
something
like,
out.
No, they need a way. They need the easiest way for them to stop her from killing herself ever.
I can swim. Help me.
I went for a nice swim and oh my god. She doesn't even get that far out.
No.
Like she gets like a good like, I don't know, 30 feet off the shore and then just stops.
Everyone else comes out.
Everyone's like, oh my god, we can save her.
And they save her, and they're just like, welp, everyone else is dead, but we're alive. Time for a brave new world.
Time for a white picket fence family.
And then they start fishing, and then they get hiking gear and walk away, and that's the end.
Yeah. What a great movie. What an incredible movie.
Yeah, really, really great. This was...
That was probably the quickest summary we've ever done.
That is definitely the...
Oh my gosh.
Never seen a film like it before.
That's true.
I haven't either. It felt like something... So when I was young, I used to like want to make these like little movies with our home camera, and I wanted videos of me like fighting like monsters, but I didn't have monsters. So I fought imaginary monsters and filmed it. I always, in my mind, I was like, I'm fighting invisible monsters. And
Can we see some of these movies?
They're probably not. They probably don't exist anymore. I wish they did so bad though. That's what this movie was.
I mean,
they didn't have any extras, and they decided, yes, no more people. They're all gone. Like we only have like 10 actors, so let's use them all.
Yeah, our family.
Yeah, our extended family. Clown
And
Joe
friends.
Pesci,
Jack.
Jack, and what's the famous guy's name?
Yeah, Peter Gutterloot. No,
Yeah.
Graves. Peter Graves.
Peter Cushing.
What was that name?
That's a Spanish anarchist who raided a military base.
Tight.
Oh wait, Ian, we forgot.
It's gonna be fun to edit.
All of
this.
the camera changes where they had to change film. Those were the highlight of the movie.
Oh yeah, literally because the flares would happen every time they would fade to black and then come back in and be way over highlighted.
It looks like they just filmed scenes until they ran out of film.
Yeah.
And then just ended the scenes abruptly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to see if Ian edits out all of the parts where we're talking about the adult baby having sex with a child. Like,
I mean,
You
I'm
better
not sure
not.
I can.
Yeah,
Even if
otherwise
I
it's gonna
wanted
be
to.
like a
we
2-minute
purposefully
episode.
talked about it so much that it would be nearly impossible for you to edit out.
Yeah.
So, good luck with that one, bucko.
The adult baby having sex with the child. Best part of this movie. You know the
That's what
scene
the
from
scene was.
Clockwork Orange
What did I
where
miss?
Alex has sex with the
Nothing.
2 girls
You
that he
really
brings
missed
back home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They cut that out of the movie.
Anyway, we've rambled enough.
Put it out of its misery.
Yeah, alright. So Joe, if you were infected by the sun virus and you're crumbling away to cocaine before our eyes, and someone asks, your last act is Where Have All the People Gone worth it? What would you say?
Hell no.
Aw.
I would say no.
I would say no.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say yes. I think it was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. Even if I didn't watch it with all my friends, I think I still would have enjoyed parts of it. I think there were some funny parts, and I think to me, watching it with your friends is how you're probably gonna watch any of these movies. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was campy enough to make fun of it and have fun doing that.
So my thing is that there's so many other movies in the 70s campy film genre.
If we were gonna spend our time, can we really say that our time was well worth it?
I think it was a short movie. It was only 70 minutes long. It's just, for me, there are other films that are similar to this that are just so much more fun. Mm-hmm. And this was just such a...
Killdozer.
Killdozer. Oh, I would call that wasn't one of the home video ones.
Yeah.
I'm talking movie like Winterbeast.
Yeah.
Which I don't think either of you have seen. I think you've seen clips of it. Winterbeast is a really dumb movie. But it's just so slow and pointless. And there's really not that much to make fun of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the stuff that we were laughing at is stuff that we made up, like the
Like outside of the first 15 minutes of the movie, like it's really hard to watch. It's just really
yeah,
slow.
it's
The
really
only
slow.
thing getting us through it was us talking
it was.
I mean, you also got to think.
and Joe sleeping.
Oh, see, here's the thing. I fell asleep. I woke up and I was able to deduce. Oh, they got this woman and this kid with them.
There's
and
no
the plot doesn't change. Like
Yeah.
it's the exact same thing.
The entire plot of the movie is, we've got to find our mom. As he gets a call from his mom.
Hello, Mom.
I've been Ian.
I've been Charlie.
I've been Austin.
I've been Joe.
No, you've been the nostalgia critic.
I've been the critic.
Yeah.
I remembered it and it wasn't worth it.
There's another. Wait, how much?
There's another hour. No, I'm just kidding. There's 20 minutes.
Okay.
About 30 minutes.